Welcome to Scrutinize My System. This episode we will be looking at the second incarnation of MS-DOS and PC-DOS, as well as the upgrades they received since their predecessor, 86-DOS. The transition between Seattle Computers and Microsoft was complete. 86-DOS was now officially Microsoft's property, and as such would be from here on maintained primarily by Microsoft until version 5. Microsoft had already secured its position as one of the main sources of software for the computer industry, and was rapidly climbing its way to the top faster than people realized. Even the Apple II had Microsoft programs already available for it. For now, Apple and Microsoft were business partners, but this relationship would fluctuate in the coming years. Tim Patterson did not stick around at Microsoft, but would instead leave shortly after joining to return to the now dying Seattle Computers. Instead, a team of 6 was tasked to upgrade the operating system, one of which was Paul Allen himself. The recently renamed MS-DOS would receive some critical upgrades.
Alright, time to get to the nitty-gritty. Let's have a little fun, shall we? So I got 3 operating systems. I got MS-DOS 2.11 Bull Micro, I believe. I got PC-DOS 2.0 and PC-DOS 2.1. I just want to show you the 2.0 and 2.1 for PC-DOS just to show that there's little to no difference at all, at least nothing that's noticeable. I think there's a couple driver changes, but that's about it. So let's go ahead and boot up the MS-DOS 2.11 Bull Micro. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce it because I've never seen this company, but it is PC compatible, so we're able to run it in a standard virtual machine. So you got Bull Micro 30. This one says it's version 1.16 highlighted in the box at the top, but then you type in verify or version, and it says MS-DOS version 2.11, which I thought was pretty interesting. So, I don't know why it says version 1.16 in the box, and then in the command line it says 2.11. So maybe there's some sort of shell going on with this thing, but we're not here for that. We're here to actually look at MS-DOS itself. So, a couple things I want to do. Let's go ahead and pull up the directory. So this one's got 34 files. Keep in mind, this one's full of bloatware. There's so much that they had to have a second disk, which has 13 files in it. I think those are demos. But I'm not too sure. I haven't been able to actually execute them myself. So, leave a comment in the section below if you have any ideas what those are, and if they are demos, if you know how to execute them, because I've been trying to figure that out. Let's go back to the A drive. Yeah, I don't know how to execute it, but we're not here for that anyways. We're here to show you that MS-DOS 2 introduced directories, keeping the same file format as MS-DOS 1. And that's going to be critical because Apple wasn't able to do that. 1983 was about the time this came out, and at the time they had the Apple Lisa come out at the same time, which had its own file system, but they had to essentially make an entirely new file system for the machine. So this is kind of cool that they were able to actually keep the same file format. So with that said, let's go ahead and make a directory. So in order to do that, we got to type in the mkdir commands, and that will make a folder. So let's go ahead and name it test. Let's make sure that worked. Yep, the directory is there, and you'll notice at the bottom it says test, and it's got directory in I don't think that's parentheses, whatever it is. And then we can actually get into the folder by typing in cd space and then typing in the name of the folder. We're in. Now it looks like nothing's changed. And that's the flaw with MS-DOS 2, is it doesn't tell you what directory you're in until you type in the directory command. And then you can see at the end of it, it says volume and drive A is a C directory of A:/test. So we're in the test folder. Let's go ahead and pull that out. And from here, we are back into the main directory. And then from here, we can actually delete the directory too. So we could, what we do is rm dir and then test. Now it's gone. To prove it, we'll type it in. It's gone. So that's the biggest thing I wanted to show in MS-DOS 2. I'm not going to show all the other fancy features that they came out with because it's just getting redundant and you're just looking at text at that point. But the folders is going to be a key feature in Windows and later on down the line, so that's going to be very important. Let's go ahead and shut this virtual machine down, and we'll boot up PC-DOS 2.0. And it looks exactly the same as PC-DOS 1 on the surface. So you got January 1st, 1980 as the current date because you just started the machine or whatever. Current time. Almost everything looks cosmetically different. Or cosmetically the same. The only difference is that it says it's the version 2.0. And between MS-DOS and PC-DOS, you can tell that there's 23 files on this one, so it's a lot less bloated than the Bull Micro version. There's probably a more native, more true version of MS-DOS out there. Again, I just haven't gotten it to run, at least version 2.0. So with that said, let's go ahead and make a directory. And this version did come with a second disk as well. I'll show you that it's already in. And you'll notice that there's less files on this one too. But well, I should say different files. It's about the same amount of files. So the test folder's still in there, so let's go ahead and get into it. Nothing should be in there because it's brand new. cd ... We're back in the root directory. Still in there. Let's go ahead and delete the folder. And it's gone. And that's really it. And I'll boot up PC-DOS 2.12 just to show you that cosmetically almost nothing's changed. In fact, really almost nothing's changed at all. The only real difference is a few, I don't even know. I think it's just drivers more than anything. Drivers and like a few bug patches, which I don't remember what they were. But this is it. This is the MS-DOS, or excuse me, yeah, MS-DOS and PC-DOS 2. And the biggest thing they introduce is directories, even though they don't quite show it in the command prompts yet, but they will later on down the line. Anyways, if you enjoyed this show, if you want to see more, please subscribe. I got more on the way. I've got Apple, I've got DOS, I got Windows, I got a couple other ones that are coming our way, so stay tuned for more and please subscribe.